Okay, I thought I had done this once before, and now my numbers aren't matching up. So I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to make a range card specifically for the Elcan for 762, and I'm going to do this demo so that you guys can possibly confirm. So checking ranges because I got a billion little targets out there. There's 200, 300, 400, 500. Okay, now 600, 700. So 5, 6, and 7 are kind of a little line of their own. And then 8, 9 sticks out to the right, and then 10 comes back to the left. So kind of 3, 3 there, 3 there, and 3 there. So again, 2, 3, and 4 are easy. 5, 6, 7 in kind of a vertical diagonal line. And then 8, 9 sticks out to the right and back into 10. And then we'll do 11 and 12 later. All right, so let's just get some baselines here. The easy stuff isn't going to have much of a deviation, so we're gonna look for 200 at the bullseye. Now, one of the things you'll notice I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be trying to miss. What I'm going to be trying to do is I'm going to be trying to establish the exact point of aim, and the only way to really do that is to find the point of aim and then verify it by subtle changes in the reticle position shooting over the top of the target's head. So I'm looking for misses sometimes, and then I'm looking for a slight change, pulling it down and getting a hit to ascertain where the exact point of aim is on the reticle. So 200 is pretty close. So here we are at 300, and 300 is also the center bowl. It's a little tighter than 200 was. In fact, it's just about perfect. The bowl barely over the top of the target, and it misses, and then you pull it down into what looks like the target, and boom, you get a headshot. So that's perfect. 200's got a little bit bigger gap. So now we're going to 400. 400 is the 3 mark, but slightly low. So let's check, see what we get here. We were a little bit high, so we went over the target. Still too high. Now we're pulling it down a little bit. We're on the target, and then we're still a little. So it's not. It's maybe a little more than slightly, but there it goes. So we're just a little bit. We want to slightly low, meaning we want to bring it lower on the target, slightly. And you can see there's a miss. There's a miss. Bring it down, and boom, you get a headshot. So that barely catches the target. So that's a pretty good indication of where that is. So moving on to 2, 3, 4. So moving on to 5. 5 should be the actual 3 mark. So where 4 was 3 mark slightly low, 5 appears to be exactly the 3 mark. So we'll establish there's a hit, and we'll try to pull it just graze his head. Still a hit. It's starting to get more difficult to see at this range, but still a hit. But you can see that it's really, there's a miss. So it's really close. That's really a pretty good one right there. 3 mark for 500. So 500 yards, meters, 3 mark. Pretty much dead on. Okay, so we're going to move to the 600 mark. 600 mark is the 4 mark. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 again. And we're going to go back to 6. Just kind of validating. I don't know why that 700 went down. I didn't even notice that the first time. Okay, so back to 6, looking for the 4 mark. Okay, there's a 4 mark. Now let's see if we can't get it to miss. No, it still got it. You can see it was barely on, so it's pretty tight for 600 on the 4 mark. Still a hit. bring it up some more. Still a hit, but at this distance, it's hard to tell. There's a miss, and there's a hit. There you go. So 600 is the 4 mark. So moving on to 700. 700 should be mid of the 4 to 5 mark. There you go. There's a hit. And let's try to find a miss. Still a hit. That should be a miss. Miss. And then still missing. Oh, that one hit. Don't know why really, but I guess it does look like it's mid. Pretty close to basically the middle. That's kind of a, and then you can verify that was the 700 target as it comes back up. So mid of the 4-5 mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Mid of the 4-5 mark. So that's right there. Good. So going on to 8. It's 5 marks slightly high. So let's establish a hit first. There we go. That looked pretty good actually. We're going to start pulling it up till we miss. There's a miss. So that looks pretty spot on. Slightly high, I guess. So 5 marks slightly high is 800 meters. .900, the one sticking out a little bit to the right. 900 is the mid 6 mark and 7 top of circle. So it's really that gap between the top of the 7 circle and the 6 mark. It's kind of the middle there. So you can kind of think of it as the top of the 7 circle. Close enough. And there it goes down. Now I'm going to try to shoot it and get to my rangefinder before the target gets back up and verify that that was the 9. So that's confirmed. That's 9. So moving on to 10,000. That's the 7 circle, center slightly high. So let's get our bearings. 7 circle, slightly high. So basically there's a 900 hit again, and then moving to, okay, I guess I'm going to try 9 again. Now moving to 1,000, that's there. Let's first establish a hit. Now at this point in the video, I don't actually know where the mark is. I'm reading from my card already, so I know now as I record the voiceover, but let's see what we get. And see, I know now it's not the 8th circle, so I'm chasing my ass at this point. I can't seem to find it. Let's go back to where we were before. Moving up. So after a quick reload, I'm back on, and we'll confirm again at 7, 8, 9, mid 7 and top of circle. That's a hit. And then back to 10, and then let's start there. So we're going to center, oh, and then we got a hit. So now I got at least a baseline. Now let's see if we can't figure out just how precise that is. It looks to be a little low, so, and that's a hit. So to try to find a precise aim point. We're going to aim a little low. Oh, that's a hit as well. Well, okay. So let's try to move up till we find when it misses. There's another hit. It's very hard to see, especially with my old eyes. Yeah, that's a hit. So I think the aim point for 1100 is the center of the 7th circle, but you know, the precise headshot using this reticle at this point. Okay, I'm slowly moving up. Oh, it's still a hit. It may very well be the center of the 7 circle, which you would have to use the left and right horizontal hashes. That looks to be right around the head area. Oh, it went down. Yep. It's really close to that. 7 of the center circle. It's a miss. Okay, now that's a weird miss. Maybe I'm hitting to the left of it. Looks like I'm off. There it goes. So it's definitely really close to that. So 1100, or sorry, 1,000 meters center, 700 meter circle. Oh, over top. There's a hit. And just to verify, try to get in there before it comes back up. There it is. You can see the one that's down and zoom, range. Okay, because we don't know for sure, we're going to range the 9, then go back to range it. That's 1,000. There we go. So let's go to 1100. This is going to get harder and harder. We're going to start with the center of the 8th circle. Oh, and that's a hit. Wow, I can barely see it from this position, this distance. Looks like a miss. Oh, no, it was a hit. So we're really close to the center of the 8th circle. Officially, after the fact information is it's the bottom of the top vertical. You saw the 1100 come back up there, so that we were hitting the right target. They're really close together. It's hard to separate them at this distance with this 4x scope. So, all right, there's the 9 sticking out to the right, and then we're going to come up to, there's the 9 over, that's the 10, and then the 11's right next to it. Oh, there it went, hit. So let's move to 1200. Let's check the center between the 9 and the 8. Doesn't seem to have worked. Checking the top of the 9, checking the center of the 9. Oh, seems to have gotten a hit there. See if we can fine tune it. It's obviously somewhere between the 8 and the 9 circle. A little higher. Looking for that precise aim point. There's a hit. So it doesn't seem to be the center of the 9 circle. Again, very difficult to see from this distance. And that should have been a hit, right? Boy, it's hard for me to even see it after the effect. Given that this, oh, thought that was a hit. Given the fact that I'm not looking at the video full screen. Looks like a hit. Ah, boy, I cannot really see it. Oh, yeah, that came back up. There you go. So anyway, the end result is I pinpoint this, my official word on it would be the 9 circle, top of the circle in the vertical. So that's a tough shot anyway, but 1,200 yards. So with the ELCAN on a 7.62, we're looking at using from the bull to the 9, covering 0 to 1200 yards rather than 0 to 900 yards, as a 5.56 would indicate. Yeah, that's wow. Verifying. Yep, we hit the right one. There's the target coming up, and so we're gonna laze a different one to change it. 11, and then go back 12. We were shooting the correct target, and there we have it.